Have a seat. Well, welcome everyone. First, I'd like to start off, I'll just introduce myself. My name is Maria Elena Murphy. I'm the Chief Nursing Officer here at Mayo Clinic in Arizona. And I have with me our Chief Administrative Officer, Roshi Devon, and our CEO, Dr. Richard Gray. Takes all of us to get the technology in the room. And we have some of our nurse administrators here as well. And as you can see, this is a very special day. We're all to, I'm sorry? Okay. We're all here to present a first-time award for Mayo Clinic and a combined award for both the Daisy Foundation and the National Organizations of Nurses with Disability. So with that, I'll turn it over to our presenters.
Hi, my name is Melissa Barnes. I am part of the Barnes family. We started the Daisy Foundation in memory of my brother-in-law, Patrick Barnes, who passed away from complications of an autoimmune disease at the age of 33, leaving behind a grieving widow and his brand new baby. My family knew they wanted to do something to continue his memory, and so they created the Daisy Foundation. You'll notice that Daisy is always in all capital letters because it's an acronym for diseases attacking the immune system. And when my family was trying to decide what to do with this newly formed foundation in his memory, they kept coming back to the stories of the compassionate care that Patrick and really the whole family received from his nurses. And they knew they wanted a way to say thank you and allow other patients and families the opportunity to thank their own special nurse. So they created the Daisy Award. Today, we have over 6,500 healthcare facilities and schools of nursing who partner with us, with over 200,000 nurses honored and over 2.5 million nominations written. A true testament. Patients and families also want to thank their special nurse. As we have grown, we have realized that nurses actually fulfill a variety of really extraordinary healthcare roles, impacting patients and families directly and indirectly. And this includes our Daisy Award for Advancing Health Equity. And with that, I would like to introduce co-founder Karen McCullough. Karen?
Hi, thank you very much. I want to thank Melissa Barnes for working with our organization in the process of our nomination for the awardee today. And I'm just checking to see if Leanie Quinn is in the audience in the room with you. Hi, hi. Okay, glad you're here, Leanie. Okay, we are an organization, the only one in the world. We are a cross-disability professional organization that has an open membership that works to promote equity for people with disabilities and chronic health conditions in nursing through education and advocacy. We are now 21 years old. Our current board of directors is comprised of 100% nurses with disabilities. And one of the unique features of any one of us who's a director is we openly share our disability. So I will share with you today that I am a deaf-blind nurse. I also have multiple sclerosis, so not only do I have a dual sensory impairment, but I also have a mobility impairment. And I'm still kicking. So I want to share that in the 21 years that we have been a nonprofit, we have never nominated a member of our board for a Daisy Extraordinary Award. And today is precedent setting for us because we have come to the point where the perception is that people have lower expectations of people with disabilities in society, and they think that all people with disabilities have less abilities. And our organization works to prove that wrong. and we work to demonstrate what is possible. So as we are celebrating our 21st year, we want to say that we have an extraordinary requirement of our board members, and that is that they are not only engaged in the due diligence of the governance of the organization, which most board members do, but they also have to assume work that is mutually agreed upon for our organization because we have no staff. We do it all. So, Eileen Quinn, I hope I can get through this. This is very emotional for me. Eileen is a member of our board who is in good standing. She has been highly respected by our past board members and our current members. She was unanimously nominated for the Daisy Extraordinary Nurse by every member of our board. This is exceptional. She's the first nurse to receive this award, and she has a sense of humor, which is wonderful, but at the same time, she has such deep compassion and caring for her patients, her friends, her family, and I love her. The criteria that NOND set for a member of our board who is a disabled nurse to become a Daisy Extraordinary Nurse is quite significant. And number one is that nurse has to have had national impact in some way in a cross-disability or disability-specific way with our population of constituents. And indeed, Leanie has done that. She not only has impacted student nurses who have who are one-handed or may have paralysis and limitations in strength in an arm and hand, but she has developed for NOND on behalf of our organization, but first because it was requested by nurse educators to develop videos of how to perform clinical tasks one-handed. Her first one was, how do you administer a sub-Q IM injection one-handed, and how do you withdraw medication from a vial? And that set it off. Leanie, through her own determination and talent and creativity, began to produce and script with help from some of her employers, as well as some of the nurses that she worked with, to produce these videos. They are on YouTube. They are linked from our website, and we know that not only are these videos viewed nationally, but we have nurses across the globe who are seeing these videos. Very early at the time when NOND was evolving as an organization, we would have never thought, would never have known how many student nurses or nurses who become disabled after licensure and have been in practice would have difficulty using both hands or only had one hand. And I shouldn't say only, because if you're born one-handed, you're one-handed. If you're born two-handed, it's hard to think one-handed. And that's probably been some of the challenges. So, nurse educators, students with student nurses have contacted us. Our website is www.nond.org, and we, through a portal, you can contact us. And we receive requests from nurse educators, disability services counselors, deans, administrators, and student nurses on asking for help to assist them in how to learn clinical tasks, doing them one-handed. So, Leanie's success is remarkable. And I have to tell you, Leanie, I can't see where you are sitting at that table, but I have to tell you, we are so proud of you. when she first joined our board, I first met her in 2012. And then she went on to a different nursing school because she had been forced to withdraw from the first one because they saw her as incompetent because she only had one hand, although they had done no research. So when she graduated from the next school of nursing quite successfully with no issue, we recruited her to our board because we knew she understood what our mission was all about. She has worked to create systemic change within the nursing field. She's influencing this change, and that is one of the major goals of our organization. She has increased the accountability, the acceptance, and the inclusion of nursing students and nurses with disabilities while increasing nurse educator and employer awareness. Leanie personifies our themes, which is we are the voice of disability in nursing in this country. We're the only organization that does this. And we also have a theme that says nothing about us, which means if you're going to talk about disabled nursing students or disabled nurses, they need to be at the table. We can't talk around them, through them, or about them. They need to be engaged in the conversation. And so Leanie attended with me in Washington, D.C. early on a National Disability Leadership Alliance all-day retreat. And the NDLA is 18 organizations nationally that are cross-disability that work on national policy on the advocacy side for persons with disabilities. And after Leanie attended that meeting with me in Washington, she then became a representative for NOND to join their monthly conference calls. And she did that for several months. So she began to learn that side of the advocacy that we do, which sometimes is writing letters to senators and to House of Representatives. Eileen has contributed her extraordinary creative talents and her expertise in a variety of ways for NOND, much more so than I could possibly share here in the time limitations that we have. As a role model director who participates in educational webinars where she openly shares her story of her challenges and her success, people's hearts open up to her, as mine has, and all of our directors. Her leadership and actions have positively impacted many of NOND's constituents who represent a cross-disability spectrum of students and nurses with disabilities. And those students may have, and nurses may have also had to deal with challenges and ableism. And she knows what that feels like, as those of us on our board, every one of us does. But she's risen above it. She's taken lemons and made lemonade. And she's an amazing nurse. I must say to Mayo, you have chosen the right person to be on your staff as a pacemaker nurse. Just last Thursday, I received an email from a first responder who was in a nursing program. It was a first responder to RN program, and he was injured very significantly in an accident, and he has lost the use of his dominant arm and hand. So over the weekend, it's coming up Easter, I'm texting Leanie and saying, Leanie, do you have time to follow up on this? And she has already done that. And his concern was that he was not going to be able to go back to school, nursing school, because the school said, well, you're not going to be able to do two-handed sterile prep. Well, leave it to Leanie. She will fix that. So let me say this. As many things that I could say, and this is likely my last presentation because I'm retiring. It gives me great honor and a privilege to have known Leanie And I want to extend the congratulations and warm regards to you from the members of our board of directors and from our advisors who are located across the United States. And many of them have to be at work today because they're working both in the clinical and other healthcare arenas. Congratulations, Leanie. I'm so proud of you. And I'm so proud that you are part of our team. Thank you. Let's give her a hand, everybody. So we're going to go to.
So go ahead, and Denise, I believe.
Leanie, can you come down with me, please? It is such an honor for me to be here with you today and to present you with this award. Really, it's the Daisy Nurse Leader Award for Nurses Advancing Health Equity. But I have to tell you, I'm so proud to have you on our team here at Mayo Clinic and to see all that you've done, really just living out not only our Mayo Clinic values, but our nursing professional practice model every day, both at work and outside of work. So I want to thank you for that. And then also, as we think about our organizational initiatives around equity, you're doing that work in your day-to-day, participating in our merge, our disability merge here at Mayo Clinic and helping our other employees, and also being a global leader for the Department of Nursing. I can't tell you how impressed I am with really all of your accomplishments, and I can't thank you enough.
Thank you. Thank you.
We have a little swag for you too.
Oh my gosh.
You get the Daisy Award pin. You get to wear that
Oh
on your
my
badge, so you've got bragging rights.
Ooh.
And there's also a statue here. This is the Healer's Touch. It's handmade by a tribe in Zimbabwe. The craftsmen that are in that tribe, and it's hand signed by the artist. So that tribe has a relationship with the Daisy Foundation. So they're all the same design, but they're all unique as well. So I'm pleased to present that to you as well. And there's a copy of the letter of nomination, which is incredibly impressive for you to have as well. And I believe you're going to be on the Daisy website, if I'm not mistaken. And there's some opportunities for scholarships and other things here for you as well.
Thank you.
And we have cinnamon treats to share with your entire team because we to do that. Sorry, we can't share that with those on the video. But we definitely want to enjoy that. And I think there's a story about Patrick that's related to the cinnamon treats. I don't know, Melissa, if you want to share that story for us.
Sure, I'd be happy to. So the reason why we have cinnamon rolls at Daisy presentations is because when Patrick was ill, he didn't want to eat anything, no matter what my family tried to tempt him with. Well, one day my father-in-law came in with a big Cinnabon for his own breakfast. Pat took one smell, asked for a bite, and of course ate the entire cinnamon roll that day. Well, later that night, he asked his dad, "Will you please bring me another cinnamon roll? And please be sure to bring enough for my nurses." The next day, they brought in a big box. Legend has it they were gone in seconds. So we are very comfortable that nurses like Cinnabon just as much as my family does. But really, we want to include a very special message. And that is every time you interact with a patient or family, anytime you are able to train a nurse who can take care of a patient and family, that is extraordinary. So even though it seems ordinary to you, patients and families are so filled with gratitude to their nurse. We ask that you let the wonderful cinnamon aroma be a sensory trigger. So wherever you are and you smell cinnamon, to just stop for a moment. Think about that tremendous impact you have on the lives of so many. And remember how special you are because you chose to be a nurse. I also realized that in our audience, we have our industry partner who allows Daisy to be able to do this work that we do in celebrating nurses and who has sponsored this Daisy Award. So I'd like to introduce Renata from Charismatic.
Wow.
Hi there, I'm Renata from Charismatic Brands. You probably don't know who Charismatic Brands is, but we are the designers, manufacturers, and distributors of brands that you know, such as Cherokee Scrubs, Dickies, Healing Hands, Heart Soul, Metalita, Med Couture. And we've been a proud supporter of the Daisy Foundation for almost 15 years now. And when they asked us to support this, to sponsor this specific award, we jumped at the opportunity to be able to do that. And I will say I had not heard of this organization until Melissa told me about this presentation. I think it's an amazing story of this organization, and what an amazing story about you, Eileen. And I'm so proud for my company and for myself to be part of this award today.
Thank you. This is Karen, and I want to thank Maria Elena for taking on the presentation on behalf of our organization. Leanie's the only one in Phoenix that is a board member. We have them located all over the country. Thank you very much. I want to thank you for our sponsor for taking this on. And I cannot tell you how marvelous it has been to work with the Daisy Foundation. We only have a few minutes, but I'm just wondering, is there anyone in the audience that would like to say something? We have a few minutes, if that's okay, Melissa.
I will. Can I start?
Go for it.
Leanie, she's my big sister, my
Aw.
best friend, and the best leader that I know. The way she treats her family and her friends is nothing if not awesome in the literal sense of the word. Leanie is the reason I wrote an entire 35-page article and got it published on how the judicial system is weighed so inherently against nursing students and medical students with disabilities. Seeing her go through what she went through, all the discrimination, all of the ableism, and to come back not only swinging, but knocking everyone out and proving everyone wrong is something I'm so thankful I've gotten to see. And now I even get to be a great aunt to my niece, her daughter. And that's something that I'm so happy I get to share with her. And CrossFit. She's the one that taught me how to tie my shoes. She taught me how to talk. She's regretting that she taught me how to talk right now, but that's okay. But she's been there for me, and I'm so happy that she got this award.
Thank you. Thank you, Mara. You've been a joy to work with through this process, and thank you for recruiting friends and colleagues to join our presentation today. Is there someone else?
Leanie wants to say something.
I just want to thank everyone here and everyone who's listening, and then everyone who's helped me along my nursing journey. The start was an extremely bumpy road, and I'll never forget the words my dad said when I got kicked out of school the first time. He said, "This is your challenge, and I'm going to make you work through this challenge." And it was the best thing he's ever done. I can't thank my family enough. They've been my cheerleaders for my whole life, teaching me how to ride a bike or go on the monkey bars, like my mom holding me because I refused to think I couldn't do monkey bars even though I was one-handed, and all these things. And I just can't thank them enough. My friends who are also my cheerleaders, and family, and then NOND for being so amazing. Karen is like my nurse mom.
I love it. At least you didn't say grandma.
Grandma.
Thank you. Thank you, Leanie.
And she's just been there from the beginning and just been such a great support. I can't thank enough, like, my coworkers on the way. My coworkers here at Mayo are amazing, but all the other hospitals I work with, they've taught me so many lessons, and to never give up, even when things are hard, and even when people think that you can't do things. They have taught me that you got to stick up for yourself and show them what you can do.
And so I can't thank you all enough, and I love you all, and thank you so much.
You're welcome. So, Tom, do you have anything you want to say?
Usually people are afraid to give me the microphone.
Well, you only have about 2 minutes.
No, I only got a minute. Now, on behalf of, all of us, we can't thank your organization enough. It was really nice to finally meet you virtually. It's a very impressive organization, and your speech about Lainey, I've been crying since you started. So thank you so much on behalf of my wife, Mary, who's now popping in on my computer as well. And of course, we couldn't be prouder of Lainey. And it has been a dream of a day.
Okay. And I want to leave it and go over to either Patty Kunze or Sheila Leving. Sheila is a recently retired member of our board. Sheila, do you have anything you wanted to share? We have another minute.
Just to add, if I may, that Leanie's videos are absolutely inspiring and amazing. I cannot tell you how many students that I've worked with in the last number of years who have been inspired to overcome much lesser challenges by seeing her do something as intricate as preparing medication for injection. Just the whole way she conducts herself in those videos is a lesson in itself. So congratulations, Leanie. So pleased for you, so proud of you, and keep on going onward and upward. Thank you.